Good day. Today we're going to have some Comet updates. Yay! Not all three-eye atlas. We got more things to talk about. Although we do have a three-eye atlas update thrown in here as well. I do want to point out again, not only comet updates, we also have meteorite comets. We still have a lot of meteorites coming down all around the world. a lot of nice, streamers going through the night and during the day, and all from, not all, a good chunk of them, especially the bigger stuff that we've been seeing lately, probably coming from the debris tail from Three Eye Atlas, which, again, we have more information on, well, potentially more information on, that its mass has been recalculated yet again, and it has turned out to be even bigger than we thought. It is in very close approach to Jupiter, so when it gets there or a little closer, then I'll have another more in-depth update on Three Eye Atlas and its trip to Jupiter, but it's still glowing. Normally, a comet by now would have pretty much fizzled out to a small dot going away, and this thing is still popping out with jets, so I still think my original hypothesis holds. But anyhow, coming up soon is going to be C2026A1. They call it a sun grazer, as in lawn grazing, but in this case it's going to be grazing the sun. Well, hopefully it can do a couple of things, and this is what makes it interesting. There we go. It's going to come in, as you can see, and do a very tight loop around the sun and head back out. Well, in theory, it's going to come in and do a very, very tight orbit. Well, not orbit, perihelion around the sun and get back out. If it does that, then it's a grazer. It could be a sun crasher, which means it's going to go bloop, and that's all she wrote. It's gone. Or it could go around and basically get dissolved, and what comes out the other end is just going to be a bunch of debris and particle that will, fade into nothing, which means it was a near miss, but melted or dissolved by the sun's heat, or melted. Well, no longer a comet anymore. So it either goes into the sun, gets disrupted by the sun, or does a hell of a loop and heads back out around the sun. So that's coming up very soon. April 4th. April 4th is when we should have some more information on whether it survives or not. So keep your eyes out for around April 4th. See what it does. Yeah. We, in case you haven't noticed, also have been having a lot of earthquakes all around the world. And our sun is still popping off like you wouldn't believe, which is, all kinds of activity. We've been getting all kinds of solar CMEs, solar winds, solar power injections, stuff coming our way, stuff just missing us. I actually stopped doing updates on it because I'd be, doing something every day every time something came out. So just waiting for, some really big stuff to hit us. Then I'll let you know if I am in time. But yes, I do strongly believe, in view of the fact that the very high level of sun activity, the amount of stuff that's coming right to us, again, our magnetic field is still just absolutely supercharged. And remember, it's like a battery. You got a North Pole and a South Pole. Stuff going out the top or around it, it goes one way or the other, and makes a sphere, a field around us, which is why the Aurora Borealis is towards the top, and I can never remember the Southern Borealis' name. Both. Anyhow. We're just, cooking with energy right now. Well, luckily it's still outside. That's why we have our magnetic field keeping our asses safe. But, it's a lot of juice is going in, which I do believe has a lot to do with, we have a lot of earthquakes going off all over the place, a lot of little swarms. We got some bigger stuff going off around. And, in case you hadn't noticed, lots of volcanoes going off around the world. Russia had another one pop off, one that they had two that were active, semi-active, and one sleeping in the middle that they didn't think was going to do anything. And that's the one that suddenly decided to wake up. You would have figured it would have been one of the two on the end that had history of activity versus the one in the middle that hasn't Been sleeping for a very long time. Well, it woke up. We got activity under the sea. Under the sea. Oh, I get sued on that one. You wouldn't want to hear the rest of it anyways. But anyhow, I'm quite sure. I mean, coincidences? Yeah, there's possibility of it. But the fact that we have the sun popping off the way it is, we have earthquakes going like you wouldn't believe lately. We have volcanoes triggering off like you wouldn't believe of late. We've had a lot of aurora borealises and southern alices. I have got to remember the polar south pole. Anyhow, that's a total blank. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna keep it. Try to keep it relatively short. Lots going on. Keep your eyes on us, guys. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble with that one. I stole that one from Christina Gomez. Keep looking up. That's from the original Thing from Another Planet. Great black and white film, by the way. If you never get a chance to see it, the original Thing, usually called like Thing by Another Planet, with James Arness as the monster. Well, for the few seconds, he's a monster. Anyways. People are weird out there. Be careful. Try to avoid public places for a while and large gatherings. We got, stuff happening around the world. We're not going to get into the politics or anything. Just stuff happening. And that's that you don't become part of the stuff. So, stay safe. Keep your eyes up. You never know what's going on up there. And, we'll catch you next time. Davos. There it is.
Sleep, guys.